What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Cincinnati Reds franchise. Got episode number 4 here for you. And as you guys can see on the screen here, 13-16 was the record for the Reds for spring training. So it has come to a close. So we're ready to move on to opening day against the Washington Nationals. Pretty tough team. So got to get our ducks in a row here, try to get everything organized as far as roster goes, lineup, pitching rotation, 40-man roster, everything. Got to get it all sorted out. So who ended up making the team, guys? Well, that's kind of a loaded question because when you guys look at the pitching staff here, Luis Castillo, obviously going to make the team. Sauermano, going to make the team. 3.76. Not too bad. Wins and losses I'm not too concerned about in spring training, but I had a pretty good spring. Not going to lie. For a 74 overall type of pitcher, that's pretty good. Amir Garrett, 408 with a 1.7. Still, the walks are kind of an issue. He's not really of a concern to me. Homer Bailey, 4.85, so he didn't really have much better results than Amir Garrett. Tyler Mahle, 8.5 in 20 innings. So Tyler did not make the roster. We're going to send him down. Yovani Gallardo, I'm actually impressed that Operation Sports actually added him to the Reds organization. Probably going to have to send him down as well. Just doesn't really fit the plan here for at least my Cincinnati Reds. So I'm going to send him down. I don't know why DeSclafani was not in the starting rotation, but obviously he is in there, so that's going to be your starting 5, guys, but we'll reorganize this in just a second. But just want to show you guys how everybody did. Michael Lorenzen did not do too well in his limited amounts of appearances here. 3 2/3 innings with a 17 ERA. Kevin Quackenbush, I guess that's pretty decent for a relief pitcher. Actually pitched with Wandy Peralta and didn't give up a single run. This guy's slider is wipeout material. Like, I love pitching with Wandy Peralta, so I'm thinking about keeping him into the relief role. Austin Bryce had a pretty good spring. Kyle Crockett as well. So these 3 guys right here, especially with Kevin Quackenbush, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 4 relievers right there. David Hernandez turned it around after that struggle bus outing against the Cleveland Indians, and then we got Jared Hughes, didn't pitch a whole lot. Iglesias is your closer. Zach Weiss probably going to get sent down. Brandon Finnegan, only 2 innings. Don't know what was up with that. And then Robert Stevenson, these guys, I want to keep them, but some of these guys are on the fence here. So alright, guys, so let's check out the starting rotation here. So obviously Luis Castillo is our number 1. DeSclafani is number 2. Homer Bailey, I'm just going to split this up. He's going to be our number 3 guy. Give him a shot. If he continues to struggle, we'll just have to bump Sal Romano up to number 3 and then stick Garrett in the number 4. So that's kind of, these number 3s and number 5s will flip if Homer Bailey struggles. So Sal Romano could give us some nice number 5 type of innings, because you guys got to look at it like this too. When you're formulating your starting rotation, you're trying to match up your best guy against the other team's best guy, right? So that's kind of how I look at starting rotations. And then when you're looking at Homer Bailey, a lot of teams' number 3s, Homer Bailey could get you a W. He could earn you a W against the other team's number 3 for sure. And then we got Amir Garrett and Sal Romano in the 4-5. Might be the makings of a pretty okay pitching staff. I hope that these guys can take the next step and move forward and really progress, but we'll just have to see how that goes, guys. So I'm actually anxious to see how this pitching staff ends up working out. But all right, so some guys on the fence here. I want to see how many position players that we're going to keep on the roster first before I decide who's going to get cut from the pitching rotation. So let's check out some of the offensive numbers here. Tucker Barnhart, 291. He's having himself a really good spring. Devin Mesoraco, 211. Not too good there. Tyler Stevenson, 227, so we ended up calling him up to get some spring at-bats. 21-year-old, youngest catcher on the system. And, he didn't play very good. But obviously that's a work in progress. Tommy Joseph, 333. Not bad. Joey Votto doing what Votto does, 392. Jeanette, not too good of a spring, 216. Phil Goslin has a pretty decent numbers there. Alex Blandino, 154. Suarez, 149. And then Nick Senzel. Nick Senzel. You guys caught me in the last video, so I'm actually getting this right now. So Nick Senzel, 68 overall player, A potential, hit 265. 3 ribbies, 34 at-bats, not too bad. That might be worthy of a call-up, but we'll just have to see who we got. I know a lot of the outfielders played really, really well, and I'll show you guys their production here really quick. Jose Peraza, 214, only 4 stolen bases, but he did hit 2 home runs. Cliff Pennington, 154, and then Garcia ended up falling off the map here with 235, but he also hit 2 home runs. So I don't think Garcia is going to end up making this team. 57 overall for sure. He's not coming with us to the big club. He'll get sent down. But he's going to be a good player. He's going to be a good player. I believe in him. Adam Duvall, 196. Taylor Trammell, 200. Jesse Winker, 256. So that's not bad. Adam Walker, though, hit 250. I think Trammell is going to be sent down. I want to give the nod to Winker. Get Trammell some more at-bats. He is 20 years old, so he's got to work on some of his offensive numbers here. Duvall's not a threat to be losing any playing time. Billy Hamilton, 272. We didn't call up any of the other center fielders. Schebler, 242 with 3 bombs. And Phillip Ervin, 348. Phillip Ervin had himself a pretty solid spring, guys. He had 348. That's really, really good. I'm actually really impressed with Phillip Ervin. He might earn the call-up. So I'm going to actually go ahead now, guys, and make those calls. And then on the next couple seconds here in the next screen, you'll see exactly who made the big club and who did not. Might be a couple surprises in store. All right, guys, the moment of truth. Here we are. So I'm going to show you guys who made the 25-man roster for the Major League Club as we get ready to start the 2018 season. So let's check it out. So Luis Castillo, obviously a shoe-in. De Sclafani, Sal Romano, Amir Garrett, Brandon Finnegan, Homer Bailey, and we pushed Robert Stevenson down to AAA. I didn't like the fact that his ERA was so high in spring training. He can obviously prove himself down to the AAA level, be potential 25 years old. He can get the call-up, but I really wanted that left-handed presence a little bit more outside of Amir Garrett. Brandon Finnegan, if Homer Bailey struggles, I can swap in Brandon Finnegan right into Homer Bailey's spot in the rotation, and he can head right in and do that. So Brandon Finnegan to me kind of is in this role where he can kind of be used as a long reliever, a spot starter, possibly like the 6th man. So I always like that flexibility with the starting rotation. So that's where I like Brandon Finnegan for this roster. David Hernandez, obviously can't really send him down, 79 overall. Kyle Crockett, Quackenbush sent down Michael Lorenzen, probably in a pretty debatable move, but I like Wandy Peralta. I just don't know what it is about him. I can use him really, really well. A lot different than Michael Lorenzen can. I just perform better with Peralta, so I'm actually just going to ride it out with Peralta. Plus, he's a lefty, which we don't really have on this bullpen, except when you consider Kyle Crockett, Zach Weiss is a righty, Jared Hughes is a righty, Austin Bryce is a righty. So we've only got 2 lefties. We got Crockett and Peralta. So that's pretty much it in the bullpen. And then we've obviously got Brandon Finnegan, who can throw as, like I said, that kind of that hybrid kind of that long reliever, sixth man, rotational guy. So that's the pitching staff. And you got Raisel Iglesias, Tucker Barnhart, Mesoraco, your two catchers. Votto and Joseph, first base. Scooter Gennett, Phil Gosselin at second. And Gosselin I like because he can play everywhere. Third, short, left, right. He's a good player to have. Plus, Scooter Gennett can play everywhere too. Suarez, Senzel. Senzel. Gonna make the big team. Hit 265 in spring. No home runs, but look at those steady numbers for a 22-year-old. 56 contact, 64, 55, 61. Not bad. Not bad at all. Got to get those fielding numbers up a little bit, but, we can work on that. Probably not going to be winners this season, so Senzel can work on his craft here up in the major league level. I do want to see what he's got at this level for sure. Decided to demote Cliff Pennington to make room for Nick Senzel. Jose Peraza can pretty much get shortstop on lockdown, and you know what? If he struggles at hitting, Senzel can play short. There's talk in real life that Peraza might be on his way to the bench if Senzel starts tearing it up in the minor league system. He might get the call up and start at shortstop. So that's kind of my plan. Plus, I want to see how Jose Garcia does down in Double-A. If Cliff Pennington starts playing well too, he might be a mid-season call-up in case Peraza struggles. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. But it's very calculated, very much done on purpose. So we'll just see how everything plays out. Duvall and Winker are the left fielders. Winker can obviously play right field as well. Taylor Trammell had a pretty good spring. I just thought that Winker is more useful right now. Trammell's got 89 speed and he's a little bit better of a hitter, not by much, but I just like Jesse Winker in real life. I think that he can do a lot of things for the club. He can bat number 2, he can bat number 6. He's very, very flexible, right? And he's just another left-handed presence. Yeah, Trammell can bat lefty as well, but Trammell's going to be a pretty good player himself, but I do want to make sure that I don't stunt his progression. Winker's 24, right? Trammell's 20. I don't want to stunt his progression when he's getting regular at-bats, because right now he's going to be blocked by Duvall, he's going to be blocked by Schebler, he's going to be blocked by Hamilton. He's not going to see regular at-bats, so pretty much his XP is not going to be utilized to his potential. So I want to make sure that he starts moving upwards with that overall rating. Billy Hamilton, center fielder, no competition there. And then we got Schebler in right, which is obviously going to be split time with Jesse Winker. And guys, that is your 25-man roster for the Cincinnati Reds in 2018, in according to this franchise. So, and there's our starting pitching staff. It stayed the same. There's Finnegan, the long relief role, Quackenbush, Peralta, Crockett. So we got 3 relief options in the bullpen. This is a good thing. And then Hernandez and Hughes in the setup role. So there you are. So, all right, guys, now let's get right into this opening day game against the Washington Nationals. We got Max Scherzer taking on Luis Castillo. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a very, very tough game. But one thing that's weird, why are they both wearing white jerseys? Why are they both wearing home jerseys? We're obviously the home team. Castillo will be taking them out for us. So, guys, let's get right into it.
MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Washington Nationals and the Cincinnati Reds.
All right, guys, let's get this opening day matchup underway against the Nationals and Max Scherzer. It's going to be a tough matchup for our Cincinnati Reds as the Nationals have a great pitching staff. Scherzer, Strasburg, Roark, and then they've got a really legitimate offense with Harper, Rendon, Daniel Murphy, Zimmerman, Michael Taylor, as you guys know, is a center fielder. They even got Adam Eaton. Actually, Adam Eaton's a center fielder. Michael Taylor is playing left field in this game. and in real life. But yeah, I mean, you guys remember Michael Taylor? He's got some pop. He's got some power in that bat, and this offense is like instant offense. It's legit. So Luis Castillo is going to have to play really well here. He's going to have to pitch really good. Keep the ball in play. Don't give up the big home run. Shoot for some strikeouts when you've got him down 0-2. It's got to come through for us. But I think that he can. Just got to stay within himself and don't give up the big mistakes. So you guys can see his numbers there. Went 3-7 last season, 98 strikeouts with 32 walks. Walks has never been an issue for Castillo. It's like I said, it's the home run ball that's been the issue for Castillo. Even as you guys saw in real life against Matt Adams, the 3-run shot when he actually made his start. So kind of an issue for Luis Castillo. So we're gonna have to try to limit the damage here in this game for sure. So Adam Eaton comes up after a Trey Turner single, and he's going to fly out there to Adam Duvall. So Duvall makes a good play. Now we get Bryce Harper up, who hit .319 last season with 29 bombs. And against a righty like Castillo, not a good matchup, but Castillo is going to make this flip over to Votto at first to get Harper. So good stuff there. 3-1 count now with 2 down, and Ryan Zimmerman is going to just take a fastball and pop it straight up. Votto makes the play. So guys, Castillo pitches well, gets out of the inning. No harm done there. Only 1 hit scratched across, and it was just that ground ball that Peraza just could not make a strong enough throw. So if you guys can see the Cincinnati Reds lineup there, 1 through 9. We got Jeanette in the number 2 hole, Duvall in the cleanup, followed by Suarez. Trying to go left-handed heavy at the top of the order against Max Scherzer, because, against righties, he's really, really good against righties. He's got that nasty that slider, and then that fastball that he likes to run inside to right-handers gets jams you a little bit. So he's tough to hit. So you guys can see that effect happened on Billy Hamilton. Even though he's batting lefty, he still struck out on an inside pitch. Joey Votto hits this ground ball to Daniel Murphy, who gives it a little bit of a bobble, but he makes a good throw, and the Nationals are out of this inning. So here's our boy, Michael Taylor. If you guys watched the Detroit Tigers franchise, the rebuild of the Tigers the last season, you guys know that I'm a big Michael Taylor fan, and down 0-1 with 2 outs. And he's going to lift a long fly ball out there to center field, a little bit into right field, and he's going to hit a solo home run. It's going to put the Nationals up 1-0. And, it's kind of like what I was talking about in spring training with Luis Castillo. When you're throwing 98 and 97 consistently, and you're leaving the ball over the middle half of the plate, not a good recipe for success. You're going to get drilled by major league hitters. But let's go to the next inning. You guys saw Scott Schebler gets hit by a pitch, and then Duvall had that single. Suarez comes up and hits pretty much a swinging bunt there down the third baseline, moves the runners up a base. So now we got second and third situation, and Peraza down in the count is going to strike out here with runners in scoring position, and the Nationals are out of this inning. So let's go to the top of the third here. Adam Eaton comes up with 2 outs. Castillo being efficient, 32 pitches so far in the game, and he heads to the fourth with still a 1-0 deficit. So here's Billy Hamilton now. He sends pretty much the same ball that Trey Turner hit to Peraza. Hamilton hits over to Turner, and he's unable to catch speedy Hamilton. Hamilton ends up stealing this base easily. Really no chance for the catcher for the Nationals. So we actually were sending Billy Hamilton to steal third base, and that actually pulled Turner away from where the baseball was hit. So Jeanette actually gets a base hit based on that steal for Billy Hamilton. He rounds third and heads home, so he's going to score. So it's 1-1 now. And then now we got a long fly ball out here, and Adam Eaton tracks it down in center field. The guy covers so much ground. He's an insanely good center fielder. Love Adam Eaton. Bottom third, and then here we go with Adam Duvall with a runner on first base, and he's going to send a really high hit fly ball here. Was not a line drive whatsoever, but it's going to go. It's going to go out of the park. It's a 2-run home run. Reds now take the lead 3-2 3-1, guys, off Max Scherzer here in the bottom of the third. He's already up to 40 pitches in this game. As you guys can see the swing here. Watch where the ball comes off the bat. Boink. Just pretty much just straight up. So actually a pretty rare type of home run there, but we'll take it. Bryce Harper comes up the next inning, and Duvall, who hit that home run, is trying to continue his good play in this game, but unable to track this baseball down. It pops out of his glove. It's pretty tough play to make. Really hard catch to try to make out there. So Harper gets to second. He's going to end up getting to third base here, and Daniel Murphy does not appreciate that slider high and inside. You guys saw him talking to himself right there. 2-1 count. Castillo getting ready to throw, and he gets this fastball and he hangs it. Just absolutely hangs it on that inside part of the plate, and Daniel Murphy, being the left-handed hitter, that smooth left-handed hitter that he is, sends it for a big boosh. It's a 2-run home run. It's going to be 3-3. And Castillo, guys, what can you say? It's the home run ball for Castillo. Look where this pitch location is. Boom. High and inside. Right over the middle part of the plate. I mean, there's not much you can... You got it. Not a loss for words. You got to make a better pitch than that. You got to make a more competitive pitch than that. So comes back and gets a strikeout, and then Bryce Harper in the next inning, guys, hits this ball long and far, and that's going to be a home run to right field. It's going to be 4-3 now. 66 pitches through the fifth. Castillo not being efficient right now. He was efficient in the beginning parts of this game here, but not lately. Not lately. A lot of balls, just trying to be a little bit too picky. But Joey Votto is going to come up in the next inning and hit a double that's going to go off the wall there. So keeping the inning alive here. 2 outs. We get Adam Duvall up. He's 2 for 2 right now. Home run, single. Let's look for another one. We need to make this 5-4 right here. Going to get a fastball high and inside. He just absolutely turns on this thing, but Adam Eaton's going to make a play out there in center field. Again, guys, just covering so much ground out there in center field. Michael Taylor with a runner on second, down 0-2, and Castillo with 1 down. Gonna strike him out here. It's a good pitch right there. Nice job of getting Michael Taylor to get out in front of that changeup. So we like it, we love it. But don't appreciate this. Miguel Montero hits a single right up the middle. That's going to score the runner on second. So now it's 5-3 as we go into the bottom of the sixth. And Suarez actually steps up, and he is going to chug into second base with a double. 1 down on that hit. And then Peraza comes up with 2 outs in the inning, and Suarez moved over to third. But yet again, guys, runner in scoring position is stranded. So the Reds are still down 5-3. We're going to end up making a switch here to the veteran Jared Hughes because, well, Castillo had his pitch count really high. It was pretty high for the first game of the year, and Hughes actually comes through and delivers a scoreless inning. Pretty much what we were hoping for. I mean, he did what was asked of him. We wanted the veteran guy against that middle of the order for the Nationals. A really hard, really difficult middle of the order to get out. But nice single there by Billy Hamilton, and he's actually going to swipe second base here. Yet again, that's 2 steals on the game. Gotta love that. Full count here with a runner on second and 1 down. 86th pitch for Scherzer, and Jeanette is going to strike out. So here we are again, guys. 2 down. Are we going to leave another man stranded? Votto comes up, and he's going to hit a long fly ball. Eaton giving chase to center field, and it's going to be a home run. Joey Votto comes through in the bottom of the 7th, guys, with a 2-run home run. It's going to be now a tie ball game here, 5-5, as we're later part of the game here. Whew. Got to grind out those at-bats, man. We're even lucky to be in this game right now. Castillo pitched pretty well for us. Hughes stepping up in the bullpen. So now we got to just get one more run. If we get one more run, we got Iglesias coming on in probably the later part of the 8th inning. Definitely the 9th inning. we can shut down the Nationals at that point. But Scherzer going to get bounced from this game here. He pitched pretty well, all things considered. It was just mostly just the long ball for him too. Just left some pitches out in the middle of the plate, and Duvall hits this one after Sean Kelly comes in, and he's going to go deep as well. So it's back-to-back home runs for the Reds. Going to be 6-5 now in the bottom of the 7th. Kelly was only 3 pitches in before that home run. So Duvall was squaring him up that whole entire time. Manager for the Nationals cannot believe what he's seeing right now. The lead has evaporated, guys, for the Nationals, and now we're going to call on Brandon Finnegan next inning to get these lefties out. Runner on first base here, Daniel Murphy up. He's going to pop out in foul territory as Votto makes this catch. So we got one down here in the top of the 8th. Anthony Rendon now up with 1-2 count, and he's going to send a ground ball out there to Peraza, shooting for the double play. Jeanette cannot get the throw off in time, so Rendon actually gets to first safely. So now we got Michael Taylor against David Hernandez, and he's going to actually hit this fly ball out there to right field. So Hernandez works 1/3 of an inning, gets what we wanted him to get, which was an out for Michael Taylor. Just can't handle some of his moving pitches. He's a fastball hitter. Those breaking pitches for Michael Taylor oftentimes give him a problem. So we're calling on Iglesias now to shut down this Nationals lineup, guys. This is looking good as Miguel Montero strikes out. Howie Kendrick is going to pinch hit here, 2-1 count on him, and then Suarez plays him perfectly, makes an easy throw across the diamond to Votto at first for the second out. Guys, one more out, and the Reds have an opening day victory, and Trey Turner going to ground out here to Iglesias. A little weak ground ball there, and guys, the Reds are winners on opening day, unlike in real life, but we can dream. Guys, that is it for this episode. Episode 5 will be another gameplay video. Perhaps might throw in some minor league games in there and just like a little bit of a highlight reel just to see how everybody's doing on the farm. But we will be simulating a little bit further into the future, maybe about a week or so, maybe 3 or 4 games, just to see kind of how the Reds are simulating, and then we'll go from there. So I hope you guys like this video. Leave a like for a Cincinnati Reds opening day victory. And guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you like it and you love it, you want more of it, and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that little red subscribe button for more Cincinnati Reds vids. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.